welcome to Okay, so hear me out. I'm your host, Bear. This is, of course, with me, as always, the big homie. Ladies and gentlemen, big circle. Give it up for the studio audience. Thank you.
Hey,
yes, sir.
it's so good to be back.
So good, man.
Missed y'all, man. I missed y'all.
Reunited.
You know what I'm saying?
And it feels so good.
Right.
So I got a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
Because I've been kind of struggling with this part. So when do you decorate for Halloween and for Christmas?
When you said when?
Yeah, when. I mean, cause I ain't gonna lie, dude. I was starting to feel like Halloween decoration was about to come up on October the 1st, man. But I was just like, but then I kind of.
It's October 1st.
I know, man. Halloween, not Christmas, but Halloween. I know, man. It's still early. No, that's what I'm saying. I was started to, but then I kind of paused on it. But I'm still itching. I wanted to put the decorations up, man. But I'm just curious though. When do you think is like overkill to put up the Halloween decks?
I'm thinking anything prior to 3 weeks. So if you're a weekend, second week of October, like the day, so October 8th and after.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Cause you got the Halloween enthusiasts.
Yeah.
So they've been itching and scratching.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not that guy. But I'm thinking anything before 3 weeks, you got a pocket. And in my neighborhood, I saw some people shortly after Labor Day out there, and I see them sitting these pumps out. And I see them, put these little strings to more those $600 or $700 skeletons these cats are putting up.
Boy.
And the thing cost a lot. I saw it in one of these stores, and I'm like, let me see how much that is. $700.
Yeah.
How much it is, man?
Yeah, I ain't say that.
I'm like, dude.
That's pricey.
Yeah, and I'm watching some of these people like, how y'all doing life? Because y'all got 4 of these. So I'm doing pretty well. So I said, the good timing is 2 weeks before Halloween.
About 2 or 3 weeks before Halloween. Okay. 2 weeks.
2 weeks on up to, whatever time you want to put it out.
Yeah.
If you want to go 3, that's fine. Before 3, I'm like, my vote is you're premature.
So is that your same thing about Christmas?
No. If you're doing things, I'll give you December if you really want to get down for Christmas. I think it's got more weight. So I get the Christmas thing, but I think I see a trending down professionally with a lot of people. And so I'm okay with it a whole month. I think it's 3 weeks. So I think the second week of December. Yeah. So what I will see is,
I'm about to disagree with you on that one.
Yeah. Yeah. I just don't get that, man. Like I don't get this is my birthday month. I'm not in that.
Oh
no, I'm not into that. I'm just not.
Dang it.
Like for me, it's like you have a birthday. Right? So if you want to celebrate the whole year, just do great stuff all the time within reason.
Right.
But do great stuff to celebrate your life all the time. I'm celebrating my birthday all month. It's like I'm going to celebrate birth year all decade. I don't really get that. Like if you just want to kick it, just say you want to kick it. But so yeah. So I will, are we on?
Yeah, we are.
I will admit, to those who are listening, I feel like some bah humbug in there, I will admit to that because there is, because I don't think you should be that far out. Where you at, man?
With Halloween, I kind of agree with you on that. 2 weeks, 3 weeks max.
Give me a good cop, because I do that.
Yeah, well, I'll give you, yeah. I'm going to give you, like I said, the Halloween 2 weeks, 3 weeks max. But when it comes to Christmas, traditionally, it's day after Thanksgiving. I put my decks up then.
I'm cool.
But lately, like last year, I'm not going to lie.
Where were you?
November the 1st.
Well, what you do?
I don't know, man. I don't know. Last year was the first time I did it. And this year, dude, I'm itching. I'm so ready to put my tree up.
Yeah.
I don't know why. The last couple of years I've been like this.
Yeah, you should have been in the 12-step.
And I needed to be in the 12-step program for real. But I've never been like that. Like I said, until last year. Last year, November 1st hit. I'm like, you know what? I'm putting my tree up. And I didn't, like I said, it just hit me out of just nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
And this year, again, as soon as October the 1st hit, I'm like, I'm about to put my Christmas decorations up on November the 1st. I can't wait for November the 1st to get here. And I'm just like, I've never been that guy. Why? 2 years in a row. It's always been the day after Thanksgiving. Or the weekend after Thanksgiving. Even if it's not Black Friday, it was always either that Saturday, Sunday, maybe even the following Monday. But it was like at least 3 or 4 days after Thanksgiving, within that time span, within the first 4 days after Thanksgiving. But for some reason, I don't know, man. Like I said, I'm itching. I'm already plotting where I'm supposed to be putting my tree and where I got to move my plants, because my tree is usually right here where my,
yes, shifting to do.
Where my monstera usually is right now. I got to do some shifting. Also, too, man, the sun is already moving, so my plants don't get the sunlight that they usually do. I'm gonna have to show y'all a picture of my plants, man. My things are nice and green and strong, and they're beautiful. They are looking really good. But again, my sunlight isn't hitting in the windows like they usually do. So I don't know. I might have to holler at my boy Etzel, man. He's my plant greenologist. That's all I like to call it. He's my resident greenologist, the botanist, the man. Look, if you see it, if you look at that boy's, he posts something on Instagram and TikTok. And if you look at his apartment, you swear he lives in the jungle. I mean, he's got greenery everywhere. He just doesn't have, I'm just missing, the wildlife swinging from vines across the ceiling, man. That's the only thing that's missing.
Yeah.
But, shout out to Edsel, man. My homie. I'm calling my little brother, man. Shout out, man. But yeah, man, I gotta holler at my dog and see what I need to do for some extra light. Maybe I need to get some plant lights in here or something. But anyway, yeah, I digress. But like I said, man, I mean, I'm getting to that point where I just like putting the decorations out early for Christmas, dude. Maybe it's just because of the fact that I feel like if I put it out like 2 or 3 weeks early, I got to take it all down already. And I feel like that's just too short of a time period.
That's legit.
Cause I take the decorations down, after the day after New Year's.
Oh, you early on it.
I'm not gonna lie. During my bachelor days, when I was living in Dallas, I had a tree up through May.
Yeah, well, I mean,
yeah, I was just, and my homeboy told me about it. My best friend told me about it. He was like, B, you need to take it down. I'm like, yeah, you're right.
That's
right.
exemptionism.
You're right.
We just, that's one who's just like, yeah, I understand.
The pre-marriage years. Yeah.
That's the big purpose. If I came out like, yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
It's like, but if I come by, well, okay, well, ladies, they're not gonna let you back.
No, they're not. They're not.
I mean, friend.
And that was his.
Ain't know anybody at that time. Walk in, you literally could live in the governor's mansion. You live in the governor's mansion, and they would walk in there, and the first thing they would say is not how great the china is. They would say,
"Why your tree still up? Why your tree up?"
This be a person you just met, like a choir rehearsal,
right?
I just mentioned 20 minutes ago. We gotta have a conversation.
Look here.
Why is that up? See, but
sit down.
Yeah,
sit down right here.
But pro code, we got exemptions.
Yeah, you good. You good.
Just change your paperwork. You good to go. That's crazy, man.
But yeah, man, like I said, I just had to just throw that out there with you on that whole Christmas decoration thing. Yeah.
I didn't think y'all.
Yeah.
November 1st. November 1st is not a.
It's like, not. It really is
not.
not.
Like, no. It's not like, I got to put this down. So you got.
Now, granted.
A 60-day space.
Well, hold up. I got something even further on you though.
Mm-hmm.
Now, just, what was that? Earlier this week, I went out and, met up with a former patient and her mom.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to Kendall, Crystal. Love y'all. Went out to dinner with them, and it was at this nice little restaurant over on Westheimer. Bro, they got lights up on Westheimer.
Yeah, they do.
Lights, not just lights, but lights, Christmas decorations. You got the big old lit up bows and the candy canes, and the street posts have white lights all around them from the bottom to the top. And I'm like,
what,
bruh, it is October the 14th, 15th, whatever, something like that. What are y'all doing?
Western.
Well, at least that
I was doing it up, man, because them restaurants over there, That's where the rich folks go. Man. Y'all was killing it.
It was a nice little Mexican restaurant. Nice little Mexican restaurant out there.
Right in the area. I think what I can remember is somewhere around that. What was it? The 04 Super Bowl? What year we had Super Bowl?
I think 04, 05.
Yeah, twice.
Yeah. Are you talking about Patriots, Carolina Panthers?
Yeah, they played.
I want to say that was the Super Bowl when they came out here.
Yeah, they're so famous. You just go and you talk to really, really famous people.
Yeah.
It was the did we have a Janet Jackson, Justin Timberlake?
Was that then?
I think that was here.
Was that here?
Yeah, because that store she bought that from,
Yeah,
is over there where you were on that side of West Tower. It's right there. Like, so that store really, I think, got famous or infamous after that. I think that was here.
Yeah, 2004.
That was here.
Yeah, Patriots and Panthers.
That whole thing in halftime happened here, and it was live here. But I think I remember after that when I would go through there at night. I think around that time. I think
the boy was here earlier this week, and yeah, he said something. I said or either did something, and he was like, I said, but I don't feel old. He said, well, you act like you're old. I'm like, I said, I don't act like I'm old. I said, do I act old? And he was like, nah, I'm just messing with you. I was like, well, thank you. I appreciate that. And then he really was just joking. But it kind of it triggered me though, because it kind of reminded me of like whenever, this was like, man, back in 2005 or yeah, about 2005, somewhere around there. No, it's before that. It had to be 03 because it was before the hurricane. So it was about 03, 04. I was teaching this Bible class full of seventh graders, right? And they were like, I don't know how the subject came up. And say, Mr. Barron, what year were you born? It's like 1978. 1978? Dang, you old. And I'm like, how is that old? Well, I was saying, well, what year were y'all born? It was like 1991, 1992, somewhere around there. And I'm just like, dang, man, I remember what I was doing at that time. Maybe I am old. Because I mean, I was like, but I'm like, at the same time, I was like maybe like 5 maybe or something like that. 20. So that was my first experience of like, that was the first time I ever felt like I was actually old. At 24 years old, 24, 25, I felt like I was old because these kids called me out, making me feel like a grandpa. When did you feel like you were old? Honestly, and before you answer that, I don't feel like I'm old. I'm 46. I'll be 47 next month. Good Lord keeps me good and everything. I'm going to be 20. I'm going to be 47 in exactly 1 month and 2 days. Awesome. Yeah. But I still don't feel old. I can still move around a lot better than some people half my age. And my vernacular is dope. I mean, I can still keep up with most kids, mainly because I talk to my son and he talks with that crazy talk. But he's able to, but he keeps me young, honestly. But when did you feel like you were old?
Yeah, I actually know when.
March 17th, 2008. It's the year 2005.
What? I actually know when. I was prepped, even though I wasn't prepped for this question. Yeah, so I'm 48, right?
Right.
So I was in college. And I remember getting ready to do an internship, and I was like, I need some clothes to work in, and I'm gonna be dressed up every day.
Right.
How do you do that? You don't have any money yet, really, and you're a little bit. So, I was to start selling to JCPenney.
Mm-hmm.
Back then, JCPenney, and this is the Blacklanders, they would have these catalogs that thin.
Yeah.
Not the Christmas joke.
Okay, not them thick.
No. But
all right.
You get
those encyclopedia size on it back then.
Yeah.
I know I just aged myself by saying encyclopedia.
Sidebar, I aged myself.
Oh,
I don't even say that.
I just called my age out. I even called out my birthday. Okay, so I mean, we good.
I don't do that on.
We good.
And I want to have a talk about that on these shows. Why do you ladies do that? We can't tell.
Woo!
I'm ready to have it.
Woo!
I'm ready for this.
Yeah.
All right. that commercial's on that side. But I'm ready for smoke, ladies. So, no, JC Penney.
Yeah.
And I'm ordering stuff. So you go in the store, they got these thin ones in this little shelf. So you got the women's stuff, you got the bedding.
Oh, right. I remember now. Yeah.
You grab, looking at get the shirts out. So I order.
It was usually over there by like the entrance that was near like the photography area, right? Yeah. Yes, the photo area.
Pulled it up.
Yeah.
To the photography. Wow. I forgot they did.
Yeah.
So I got one and I ordered shorts and some dockers. They were on sale. Mm-hmm. Okay, they'll be here at X amount of time. I think if you ship them, it costs what to come to the store, you pick them up. So
right. Yeah.
Pick them up. So they called and I didn't know. And I was ready to pay. I had my Hibernia Bank debit card.
Man, when you say you remember, you ain't lying.
But I'm telling you, there's some profound, and I'm conscious of time. But I just want people to understand.
My Hibernia Bank debit card, the number was 1, 2, 3, 4.
I don't remember. I remember it was green, and it wasn't called anything on it. I don't think I had green as the card, because I was pretty much broke. So I'm
right.
Swipe slow, right? But you swipe slow, you're like, I sure hope this works. I was wondering.
Right.
But okay, so I'm buying it.
Right.
It comes with the bag. The bag is just a pretty big bag, and it's got it tied up so it didn't open. And she said, "Here you go, Mr. Oliver." And I'm like, I ain't want this on my daddy's name. This is mine.
Mr. Oliver.
I was like, so I was reaching out to grab it. I was like, Mr. Oliver? She said, yeah. I said, but 19 said, well, you're Mr. Oliver. You're bro. And everybody calling me Mr. Hack. Mr. is Mr. Oliver. That's my dad. That's my granddad. That's my uncle. That's Danny Glover. It's Mr. on the cover. I am Chris, C.O., Big O, and a bunch of other stuff. I'm not Mr. Oliver. She's like,
you think 30 years later kind of would have,
this I got a problem with it. I still ain't feel saying thank you, Mr. Oliver. I'm like, what are you talking?
My daddy ain't ill.
You 48-year-old Mr. Oliver guy is you. But that was my time. I remember grabbing that bag, going out there, and I was like, the lady called me Mr. I said, I'm not a Mr. And it just kept happening after that. Or it was happening before, I didn't know it. But, that was the time. And I was like, I probably wasn't 19. I was probably about 21. And still, that was my time when I realized that. The second time is, I was playing ball actually in Bel Air.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
It was an apartment complex and they had a basketball goal in half court.
I wish we had one. Need one over here, man. Need one over here. I shoot every now and then.
I probably would. I'm a basketball player for a couple of reasons. One is just waiting base, please. So that's a big moment. So
sidebar.
I remember going out there to play.
Yeah.
I remember weeks before that, days before that, going out there to play, and I was cooked. I could still play. Was doing well.
Yeah.
And that day I was not. And it wasn't because of, you have a bad day at all. You play sports some days.
Right.
Just that. You are any good. Some days you're not going to be very good.
Yep.
And I remember doing things and I'm like, no, this is too close to work. I'm probably about 30 or close to it. And it wasn't working. And the next few times I went, it wasn't working like it had been working. And it hasn't ever come back.
Like the J ain't falling, or is it like the just
for me? It.
I got it. I got
my backdoor cuts.
Yep.
Ain't nobody supposed to be there. I catch that ball. I look up. It's getting dark. I'm like, where did he come from? Now this layup I gotta make. I can't make the layup. I gotta make a real move. I'm like, normally I make this move. Ain't nobody there. I set a guy up off the dribble. Stuff is your go-to. I go to it, and the guy's sitting there looking at me like, what's next? Ain't nothing. All right.
That's so disrespectful.
They're half a second short. So those were my two times. And now once I had my first kid and I start talking to them, I'm hearing echoes of people that were in my childhood, and that was the third stage. But the first time I was at J.C. Penney's in Marshall, Texas. And I think I was a hero in Marshall. I can't remember which one I got it, but it was a J.C. Penney's. That lady, I could still see her face now. She said, "You're Mr. Oliver." And I felt open.
That Mr.
I'm still
Oliver,
young.
that Mr. Oliver, that does hit though.
That hit.
That Mr.
It
does
feels
hit.
it has a responsibility feel that I don't want.
Like that weight.
Yeah.
There's a weight to being called Mr.
Society.
Right.
And I gotta be responsible for stuff.
Right.
And I don't have as many excuses as I used to have. I could, I want all of that back. Now I can't have that. Even at that time, I would still drive fast and get put on for speeding. They wouldn't say Mr. Oliver, but she did that day. She set my life on a trajectory that I did not want.
When you transition from young man or young woman to Mr. or Miss, it's a whole nother level. It's like a whole new, ageist tax bracket. So it's a whole new tax bracket, man, of aging, man.
That movie, man, the porn movies, if you've seen Poltergeist and maybe The Ring, you get sucked into the TV. It's like, I don't want to go in. And it just happens.
It just happens.
Yeah. So that was it. That was it.
Man.
So specific, man.
Yeah, that was.
Some of those I got to think about. When you said that, I don't know if you know, I sat back.
Yeah, that little bit, you were triggered. I mean, I saw that because, yeah, I'm about to say, bro, do we need to go out for drinks after this or something?
It's like the Westerns. If we do go out for drinks, I'm going to grab that bartender's wrist and say, leave the bottle. Leave the bottle. I'm on that.
You see, and that's, and you know what? And if we did have to go out for drinks for this is a good reason why I don't drink anymore, because I would have to be the designated driver.
You would?
I would, because if you're talking about bartender leave the bottle.
They're doing things.
Yeah. I'm going to be like, bartender, if you leave the bottle, Chris, hand me your keys. Cause I'm driving you home.
Tripping. He really want that. I'm like, well, Christmas.
I'm driving. Oh man.
Yeah, that was it. I've been asked that before.
Yeah, because you had that one. You had that one locked and loaded.
I've been asked it before, but I thought about that even when I wasn't asked it. I was like, yeah, that was today.
Yeah. Well, lately, been getting a few messages every now and then. I only got about a good handful or so, about half a dozen or so.
What are you getting?
IG. Yeah.
So you have a thing. So that's what.
How do you not understand how it works? You got Facebook.
Yeah, but it's the same.
It's basically the same. You just scroll
on there.
Yeah.
How come I don't see, when I see people's Instagram, I don't see text? I just see pictures.
I mean, well, it's like pictures of text.
What does that mean? That's what I mean. Like, oh, so. Well,
boy, you made yourself about a good 15 extra years. You talking about you, boy? You sure you ain't 64? You acting like you.
Lie to the people. Love y'all and ain't ashamed of none of this. I'm gonna ask the question. Like, where you getting this? Like, how'd you like? Okay. I mean, I'm gonna call what people know so they know where to come.
I mean, every now and then I'll get somebody DM. Somebody hit me up on the DM, but this person asked to stay anonymous, and like, okay, that's cool. I'll keep that. I'll keep that private for you. I'm seriously just struggling to stay motivated and content. I feel like I'm drowning in worries and grieving over stuff from years ago all the time. I'm also very homesick and lonely. So they're just really asking for like advice on how to move on or how they should function or focus in regards to this individual situation. Personally, my thing, I understand, stepping out of the box, stepping outside of your comfort zone and, or your home could be difficult for the first time, when you're in a new location or something like that, because there's no family or friends to really fall back on or even just, be there.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And technology like FaceTime and Zoom, is, made it easier to connect no matter the distance. But I mean, it's kind of like what we were talking about, previous episode. There's nothing that beats that face to face, being face to face, with those people. So, as cliche as it may sound, but patience, staying active and making friends in the new environment will, help you get through your homesickness and your loneliness, as far as the worries and grief now. You just have to make it a practice to not let what you can't control dominate you. I think that's a major thing with a lot of people, is the fact that we crave control, some sense of control, even if it's like us being in control of every situation, or having somebody that we can reach out to take control of the situation. There's always that sense of, I guess it might just be the human aspect, being the fact that, as humans, as the quote unquote superior species of this planet, we control everything, pretty much control everything. So it's like, if we feel like something is off, if we can't control it, but that's not how it should be. We should have an understanding that we can't control everything. Mm-hmm. And that's only something that a lot of people can't really wrap their minds around until they get much older. I'm going to be honest with you. I used to always worry about the little things, stuff that I can't control, people's emotions, people's perspective. Exactly. Another person's mindset. I mean, like say this little quick debate we had earlier about the whole Christmas decorations thing. Okay. Back in the day, I probably would have been like, how do I convince Chris that it's okay to decorate the day after Thanksgiving? And I'm just like, why are you worried about something like that? Why am I worried about that? Why am I feeling a need to control your mindset on something about that? Like, if that's how you feel, that's how you feel. I just need to let that go. And that's the same thing with this individual. You can't worry about everything. You can't let, again, grief is different, because everybody grieves differently. You just have to find your way to accept what it is that you're grieving over and what you're dealing with, and allow yourself to move on with the understanding of what has happened has already happened, and there's nothing you can do to change that. Crazy part about that is that tomorrow marks the 5-year anniversary of, for lack of a better word, anniversary of my mom's passing. 5 years tomorrow, October 18th.
Nice.
Yeah. So the grief of losing my mom, and you remember the situation, man. I mean, she got diagnosed with stage 4 liver cancer on a Tuesday, and 12 days later, she was gone. So it was fast and completely unexpected. So the grieving process took a while. Mm-hmm. It took a while because, I mean, again, you're losing your parent is tough in the first place. Losing the only parent you have, it makes it even harder. And losing that individual without having any preparation, just like that, that was tough. Mm-hmm. That was tough. So again, it took me a while, a good couple of years to get through that grieving process with that. A good couple of years, man. I say 2 years. I say about 3 years. It took me about 3 years to get through that, to the point that whatever, I mean, I could think on her now and not start crying, not shed a tear. But before, if I like felt, kind of like I miss her or whatever like that, I go through her text messages and I'm hearing her voice while I'm reading the text messages, and I'm bawling like a baby. Yeah. Now I can read them and I could just put a smile on my face and be like, oh, I remember that, and it's okay now. I'm at a better place with it now, but grief is always just different for some people though, with everybody. Grief is different with everybody. Everybody moves, differently when it comes to that. So I wouldn't want to tell you how you need to grieve. I would just say, come to an understanding of what you're grieving about. As far as how long it takes for you to get there, you'll know when you're there. And sometimes sometimes it could take days, sometimes it could take months, sometimes it could take years before you're finally at that point of being able to move forward without remorse. But as far as the worries are concerned, you can't worry is only because you're trying to control whatever the situation is, and you can't control everything, like I said before. So yeah, it's easier said than done, but it's something that I had to work on. And believe me, it was a huge benefit when I got to the point where I was done trying to control the little things, the things that are outside of my control. I had to recognize what is and what isn't in my control. And when I realized what is not in my control, I just let stuff happen. I just let stuff go. And it's made my life so much better because of that. Yeah.
I think the number one is this message is well written. There's a lot of well-placed vulnerabilities there. Not a lot of code words and, a lot of words of the year, words of the day. He or she, is laying it out there.
Yeah.
Right. They're not blaming anybody. It rings like someone is saying, hey,
they're taking accountability.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shout out to you for that.
Yeah. And then I got a problem. And I want this to be better, either fixed or better. I would say to them, now you're in the 1%er class.
Yeah.
Because a lot of folks, God bless them, they'll get on, pour their heart out and not tell the truth.
Yeah.
So they pour some of their heart out and then they recoil. And I'm like, how are you going to get this thing taken care of if you don't just have a mirror moment where you could see and acknowledge what it is you see? And they did a good job with what they were saying. I would say to them, I'm struggling to stay motivated and content. Let's say you get the motivation that you believe you're looking for. Your contentment with that is going to be fleeting, right? Because if you're motivated by default, you get into a point where your content kind of goes down because you're always seeking whatever these goals and things that you are. So, and that might be okay. If you're talking about motivated in the vocational space, that's your career. That's, high level hobbies. Like if I'm really into art but I'm a teacher, I'm motivated to do this art because it's something that's a big part of me too, along with being a teacher. But your level of contentment might be a bit fleeting. So, figure out, start trying to figure out why you're not motivated. Google it. It could be that, man, ask questions. Let me back up. There is, and this kind of goes to the last thing they said about being very homesick and lonely. Actually, I'm going to back up. I'll wait to get to that. Figuring that out. I mean, with me, at one point in my life, I was just blow and go. And I remember starting to feel sluggish and like, okay, well, I'm not really as motivated as I used to be. What is the problem? Because in my mind, I'm like, I want to go and do some things, but I'm like, Whereas before, I'm like, I'll shut it down at 11 p.m. on something. I'd be like, well, I'll shut it down before. And it's not because it's self-preservation. It's just because I'm not motivated. And it just got to be me not exercising and working out as much, me not drinking as much water as I should. And that helped. Now, what this person might have said, man, I'm healthy on that end. But also what I had that helped me was that I was completely void of outside influence. If I wanted to build a rocket and go to the moon, you couldn't tell me at that point I couldn't do that.
Yeah.
And I still have a lot of that going. Now, this person might not have that. They might say, well, yeah, it's a rocket. I can't do that. I'm the guy that's like, do they have rocket parts at Lowe's? Because if they do, we need to go get in and get started. But I'm like, I might be, at 3:30, I'm like, man, I'm ready to knock off. Whereas this person might be ready to keep going. So my point is this: figure out where your motivation grinds to a halt and start to work on that. And like with finances or anything that's kind of big, start with the low-hanging fruit first.
Yeah.
And take those victories, and whatever you do, pat yourself on the back when you win. Nobody else.
Yeah.
You might have people that understand, but if they don't, pat yourself on the back. If you literally did something that you think 99% of the world will just handle day by day and wouldn't even think it's something noteworthy, you pat yourself on the back with that dub. And then you move forward and get you another dub. You start stacking these dubs. Small ones, all of them count. They're all green lit.
They help build your confidence.
Right.
Yeah.
So you
man, I love that.
And if you don't, you might not get that.
A win is a win.
It's a win. Or maybe it is small, but it's a
win.
And you can celebrate that in this space because, man, what we know is you can't stay in that valley. Right? You can't stay there. So you might have to chip away at it.
Yeah.
But I think once you start celebrating yourself, you'll be content. You'll have this list of things, and that list will shift because you start getting these small victories and stuff that really, really matter to you. You'll be like, I didn't get to that, or I don't know if I want to get to that. I'm okay if I don't. Now that list of stuff that you need, that you want to do, you're probably feeling more motivated to get. You're getting those small victories we talked about.
Right.
And now you're like, well, I am more content. And my list of stuff that matter as much has shifted around. My top 100 is different. Maybe I don't have a top 100. I got a top 10. And I'll see what happens. And I love that about myself. And just go forward with it. And let the voice that you hear not be external, not be stuff you see online, but stuff that you put in your own head so that you can feel good. And the next thing you know, I think you'll get there.
A couple of things you said. One thing, like you said, instead of trying to work on the top 100 list, work on your top 10.
Mm-hmm.
And you'll see that probably each of those points, that point 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, each point may have sub points to that.
Mm-hmm.
And those sub points can be like, okay, you just moved from top 10 to top 20.
Right.
You know what I mean? Depending on how many sub points you have on the top 10 list. So that might stretch out to be your top 50. So once it's all said and done, you might hit up a top 100 by only working on 10 things.
Sure.
So that's big right there. And oh man, something else that you just said, and it just escaped me that I wanted to speak on, but go ahead.
You 64 now. See, I got company now, bro. We old.
Okay, man, there was just one thing, man.
The guy did not say he's old. And he's like, oh, shit. I'm old, but I think I got other stuff open.
Just one thing. It was just one thing I forgot.
You forgot it, though.
But
you knew it like 27 seconds.
I know. I mean, in 27 seconds, dude, I just lost it.
That's old people.
Dang it, man.
Do it. Which means I'm your older.
Now, granted, I did say, I said I don't feel old. I didn't say that I'm not old.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't feel old.
Split that hair.
But I might be old.
Yeah.
Well, I'm old. I'm a claim that I'm old. I'm be honest with you. I'm a claim that I'm old. I just don't feel old.
I heard what he said.
That's what I said.
What he said.
That's what I said. I said what I said.
Because you paid for the place he stayed in. I think he just let me back up off of it.
Man, look here.
Actually, he's saying you were old. Not low key, but high key. Because he said it and you were right there. Out of the mouths of babes. I mean, he's not really that babe, So I saw him. But I think he said, he's pretty honest. I've always been honest. Even when he was a baby, he cried on it. So I was like, oh, he's pissed. It was a very honest kind of thing when he was a good kid.
Yeah.
But when he got upset, he's like, yo, I'm really upset. I was like, that's the octave level of that.
Yeah, you can tell.
So he's always been like that.
Yeah.
I think he was calling you old. Hockey, not okay. Anyway.
I might have to have a little talk with that, Bill. That's the case.
That was the talk. He told you that.
Dang it.
Saying that. Now, you don't have to claim. Look, I claim 64 like as far as activity. But the to our friend here that we're talking to.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, look, man, find that low-hanging fruit and be proud of that low-hanging fruit. So find a low-hanging fruit if you can.
Knock off the easy stuff.
Knock off the easy stuff. And look, man, at some point, you got a 5-foot ditch. You got a few of them, and then you got the 30-foot ditch. And when you got, so you can jump over the 5-foot ditches. You cannot jump over the 30-foot ditches, and you cannot jump over the Grand Canyon. When you see the Grand Canyon joints, you're not ready for that. All right. So don't try to jump over that.
It's like you said, the low hanging fruit, that's the stuff you can accomplish, probably in one go. Yep. Sometimes, not all the time, but it's still the easiest things you can take care of.
Sure.
You gotta cross that 5-foot ditch. Yeah. You can cross that instantly. You gotta cross that 30-foot ditch. Okay. You might have to do a couple of things to get there, but you can do it in maybe about 4 or 5 steps. Now, when it comes to crossing the Grand Canyon, you have to do something. You got to think outside the box. You got to step out of your comfort zone. You got to get assistance from somebody else or some other people. You might need to find some other form of resource or whatever of that nature. So there might be multiple steps, and this might take a lot of time, multiple weeks or months to be able to accomplish. Shoot, maybe even a year or so to accomplish. But you will accomplish it because you're like, I can do this because I crossed that 5-foot bridge with no problem. That 5-foot ditch with no problem. That other 5-foot ditch with no problem. That 10-foot ditch wasn't that much of a problem. That 30-foot ditch, man, I was really motivated after I got that taken care of. So I could get this Grand Canyon. I could take care of this. No problem. I've worked my way up to this. I can do this. I got it.
Yeah.
I like that.
You need that.
I like that,
and
man.
People, and get around people that we don't need.
Like-minded people.
Yeah. You don't need hate. Need people that are pacified.
Right.
You're trying to go somewhere.
Right.
If your skin's not fit, tonight just change it to thick skin. Whatever they say, I'm going to take truth out of it and roll.
Right.
Right. But have people that understand your fight and legitimize it. Even if they think, oh man, this is no problem. Right. Everybody can see your issues with a wire camera. That's what the wire camera is. What you see these NBA games with, and a lot of the football viewer up in the area is wire.
Yeah.
So when you coach, you can see 3 things at once. Don't do this, don't do that, don't do that. And if you don't do this, this doesn't happen.
Yeah,
when
you see it in angles that you're not using.
The player can't see it. And he's like, yo, you're a player. It's like, yeah, but I can't see that. If you're a good coach, you're like, well, look.
You only have that POV.
Yeah. So, I mean,
first person POV.
The lie is when I'm the player, I'm supposed to make it happen.
I mean, you got to think about it. You're the Golden State Warriors. Not everybody on the Warriors is Steph Curry.
Yeah.
You've got Thompson. You've got Green. You've got Iguodala. You have all these other players on the team as well. Iggy was not a big name player in regards to the whole team. But it's what he did whenever they needed him to do it that got him the MVP of the NBA Finals that year. Even though you still had all-star Steph Curry, future Hall of Famer Steph Curry, lighting them up from the outside is what Iggy needed to do that gave them that ability to be able to win. So you might not be Steph, but you can be Iggy. You might not be Iggy, but you could be Green. You might not be Green, but you could be Clay. You might be somebody. Jordan, not the Bulls didn't have a team full of Jordans. Jordan had to defer to Steve Kerr. John Paxson. Their threes did what? Won them the championships.
It all has to happen.
It all has to happen.
You could say, well, I'm going to shine a light on this person. I'm fine. It's all of that. And people are not going to see that, but you got to understand that that's how it works. I will say to them also, it's okay if you have struck out a few times or looking or sneaking. Now you can't stay there. You can't feel like, well, I didn't strike out, so I'm just going to be a guy that strikes out or a lady that strikes out. You got to figure things out. But take those little wins and make it happen. I am right now, and I think I mentioned in the first 1-2 episodes, I'm an engineer, but I write patents on occasion, trying to learn how to do that. And then want to be a patent agent for patent protect for 20 years. It had to happen for a host of reasons. One, I'm getting in my own way, not staying focused for months to get some of these tasks done. The other thing is, well, I got priorities, my kids. Yeah, I put everything out, for that. and family and everything, but that's secondary because there are people with children that have done what I want to do, right? And there are other things that come into play, and it hadn't happened. What I get from a lot of people is, man, we see your career. You don't even need to do that. And I understand and mean well. What I'm saying to them is, but I believe that something I want to do. I believe there's some purpose in that because I know some of the things I'm going to do when I become that person. So I can empathize with this person. Hey, man. Hey, lady. Hey, sir. I'm in the same boat right now. And I'm going to show something to there that you guys can't see. But it says, what's this say at the top? Chapter 100 and 200 patent notes, 5:16 p.m. That's me studying for this thing I hadn't done over the 15, 20 year period. I ain't gave up. And that's me making notes because I had a lot of driving to do.
It's about 10 notes right now.
Yeah. I wouldn't shut up there like I don't shut up there. And so I'm in the car, instead of playing the music that I really want to hear, I'm playing that stuff and I'm studying. So there are people that say, give it up, leave it alone, because you don't have to do that. And I'm like, yeah, but it's been something delayed. So personally, I'm struggling with something too. And so you're not alone.
Yeah.
And mine might be more first world, but I'll just throw something out there and say, we're all in there. Find you a village, man, and roll with that. And so I admire people that want to do that. Quickly with the I'm drowning in worries. If you're a spiritual person, you know that you can't stay there either. Because if you're spiritual, whatever your spirituality is, it's probably a prayer element or a meditation element. You can't worry and be in your posture to receive your energy.
Yeah.
You meditate by praying. So you got to start figuring out if the things I'm worrying about come to pass in the consequence that I think they are, what will happen? And if that thing happens, how do you handle it? And the ones that you can handle, you might want to let them go. I have to do that too.
Yeah.
I was like, yo, this is coming to a head. If I don't do something, this unwanted consequence is going to happen. And it's like, oh, yeah, well, what happens if it does? I'm like, well, I won't like it, but no, for one, I'll still be here. And two, I can still keep going with a lot of other stuff. So, you just quit worrying about that. You start prioritizing it. This is in reverse order. You get the low-hanging fruit. Now take the big stuff that you can't allow to happen. Could be a health thing, could be a loss for someone else, a financial thing. But that little stuff. Eliminate everything that is based on the commentary of others, whether it's going to be post online or some cousin or some sibling that never has anything positive to say. You consider your audience. I've had people, when I actually make things happen, I watch them when I tell them about it, and they've been happy. Now, with that said, earlier about the patent stuff, there have been some things that happened to me on my real estate business that's been light speed.
Yeah.
Right. So there's I'm going to take that. I don't have the patent certification registration, but I do have this. And that's a great thing.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right, that's good. But I'm around people that are of the posture that they are in a village that I can employ. And that's what I say to everyone. Employ your village. If it's two people, if it's one person, use that. Use them. Utilize them is a better thing.
Yeah, utilize them.
Because you're in a place where you need some help, and everybody does. So, I think that's a big thing. Homesick and lonely. That sounds like a proximity thing. Maybe you're in college. Maybe you move to one country to another, or maybe, you might move in the same thing. You'd be in Texas, it'd be 12 hours away. You're
about to say
the same state.
You could be in another part of Texas, and that's still like moving from one state to another, or even sometimes one country to another.
Right. But man,
was it 12 hours across from Louisiana to New Mexico border?
Is it how much?
I think it's 13 hours.
Yes.
It's basically from east to west. It's the same distance from Houston to Chicago.
You leave Beaumont, Texas. There's a sign shortly after that, I believe, that tells you how far you are away from El Paso.
Yeah. Yeah.
Look at this. If you have to go anywhere near, I think it's like,
I'm about to say it's well over 800.
It's like 900.
Yeah. It's close to 1,000.
Something that some state official should have said, hey, When I put this on, because there is a person who's driving over the road trucks, and that's going to be their route.
Mm-hmm.
They have to see that every time. This cat might be coming from Pensacola, Florida, or Maine.
Mm-hmm.
Take us to El Paso. Oh, I'm in Texas now. I don't have that far to go. And then that sign shows up.
Like, bruh,
It's like,
you ain't there yet.
yeah, and that hurts. That's like a thousand. Oh,
And I would walk 1,000 miles and
Boy.
I will walk 500 more.
So, I mean, I think with the loneliness thing, I got less to say about that. B might have more. I think he said something already, but
Yeah.
I think grief might be a combo. I moved bills for loss, or someone's not here anymore, someone's not available anymore, or you screwed something up, and now they're isolating from you. Man, redemption story is for everybody.
Yeah.
But proactively start working on your stuff, man. If you got to write it down, and make it plain, Habakkuk chapter 2. Right? I mean, but get started on it. But if you are, maybe you said this and make you motivated. You just kill it off, and usually it doesn't work like that. But man, you take them 5-foot leaps with it.
Hey, well, I mean, I hope you're listening, and I hope this helps you out, and I hope this helps out anybody else who might be going through the same things, or who may have had these same thoughts and feelings going through their head. Just understand you're not alone, and you always have somebody that you can reach out to gain any type of, perspective or just, hey, I got a question. How did you deal with it? Type situation. It's good. It's always good to have. Again, I've always said it before and I'll say it again. You can email us or hit us on the DM at _hear_me_out_ on TikTok and on Instagram. Reach us at any time, any need that you might have, or any question or any comment or any concern that you might have, or just something you just want to get off your chest. You can be anonymous with it. You can just, be upfront with who you are, transparent with who you are. I mean, it's no problem either way. And I can respect your privacy, and I respect you putting yourself out there like that. But, again, I hope this helps. And if you don't even talk to us, you have to be able to find somebody to talk to. There's got to be somebody that you have some form of trust with that you can talk to get whatever it is off your chest, and then try to help yourself out with any, motivation that you might need, or any grieving that you might be going through, or any worrying that you may have going on in your life. But we're here for you. I know they have people out there that are here for you as well. But thanks for listening. Thanks for tapping in. You can find us on TikTok and Instagram at just bear with me _podcast. You can also find us on YouTube, same handle. I am Baron, aka The Bear. This is Chris, aka Big Circle.
Sure.
Peace, love, prayers, and as always, make a great day.